sommes mardi. Il doit être près de 16h, 16h15. J'ai travaillé un peu ce matin. Et puis là, je suis en pause. Je me promène dans un parc nature. Je fais une petite balade au soleil. Comme vous pouvez entendre, les oiseaux chantent. Il y a un petit vent, mais ça va. Je vous fais profiter un petit peu de la balade. I'm taking a video of the nature and of beautiful dogs like yours.
You don't need dogs, the nature, but there's nuthatches there. Sometimes there's a woolly woodpecker.
Around here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so good luck with it.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much. She's looking for... Oh yeah? Oh my god. She knows their place.
I just keep walking south and then I walk north.
Nope.
It's the 4 o'clock crow just before you got here.
Yeah, I know.
You can hear him. You know, it sounds like he's got something stuck in his throat.
I was on the other side of the park and there were crows eating a rabbit.
Yeah, because she got a rabbit the other day and threw his head over there and the body over there.
Oh my god.
So I took the body and I just hucked it into the Well, you know, it's nature, right?
Right.
Life and the kids don't see it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Have a good one. Enjoy your day.
sud-est sur Adamville Crescent.
Ninth. It's the ninth.
Ninth.
Yeah.
Okay, we're now with Sean. What's your last name?
Newman.
We're now with Sean Newman. And tell me about your van.
Yeah, this is a nice little GMC Savannah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's well, oh boy, it's 2001. I have put personally about 200,000 kilometers on it.
Wow.
Just touring.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy that I've driven through the mountains a couple of times, and mountains, deserts. It's been through like forests, every kind of a terrain that we have in North America. It's been through. It's a great little truck. It's a 1 ton, so it can handle like the weight of all of the amenity that I've put into it. A little rusty, but everything falls apart.
The body job. We don't
Yeah. Oh, totally.
The body job.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah.
The only thing important in that case is what's inside of it.
Yeah.
But
Which is me.
let me ask you one thing. Why did you choose to live in a van more than living in a house?
Well, I'll be honest. I've never really owned property. I never had a mortgage or anything like that, and so I was renting the whole time that I lived. Stationary, like
right.
What do you call it? Sedentary.
Yep.
So it's a minimum. It's like $600 to $1,200 a month that you're spending on a living space.
Yep.
The less you spend, the more likely it is that you have roommates. And I just always felt like. Even I'm a pretty easygoing person, but there's always these like little things that conflict between people. Yeah, and I find that when I have my own stuff taken care of and my own space, then I experience less friction, and so it's easier for me to kind of calm or accommodate someone else's needs when I'm present.
Right.
And so, on the one hand, my cost of living is like way down. It's, like less than half of what it is when I'm renting. And the other thing is that I get my own space, and I don't have to worry about when I'm in the kitchen. My sleep schedule is going to be different from my roommates. Is my alarm too loud? Am I all this other stuff that comes with compromising and living in the same space with another person.
Yep.
And the third aspect to it is that I could just turn the key and drive. It's a freedom. It's a freedom that I don't think many people have experienced.
You said it's a what?
A freedom.
A what?
A freedom, baby. A liberty.
It's freedom.
The freedom.
This is what I like to hear.
Yeah.
This is why I'm doing this right now.
Absolutely.
It's to feel the freedom.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think freedom scares a lot of people. They feel that if they're doing what other people are doing, at least there's a map. As soon as you start doing things that are kind of outside the box, it starts to get a little scary. My first tour around the U.S. Was probably the most prolonged fear that I ever experienced. Just so many unknown variables. I was in L.A. and I got a flat tire, and I couldn't afford to chuck money on the tire immediately, and tow it and get it changed and whatever.
Right.
And just like, you know, and then as soon as I dealt with that one, I had another issue, and just like little tiny things that felt like they compounded. But there was a point at which I kind of just had to let it go. There's a point in stress, and I experienced this first when I was cooking in a kitchen. There's a point where you have so much stress that your body just can't add more, right? And so you have kind of two choices. Either you quit and give up, or it kind of becomes funny, you know, like, especially if you don't have a choice. Like, I didn't have a choice. I couldn't just like walk away from the van in LA, like, you know, a Canadian citizen. I've got a time limit. Dude, like, Oh, my dad's got a lot of really great little quotes, but when I first started talking about buying a van to live in it and tour in it, he said, well, you know, if you ever have to choose between paying your rent, paying for your house, or paying for your car, always pay for your car, because you can always sleep in your car, but you can't drive a house.
There you go.
What a guy.
To end this beautiful interview with you, Sean.
Thank you, please. Well, if you are thinking of living in a van or a motorhome, or if you're going to do your own conversion, or if you want to do like the kind of nomadic life, the biggest thing that I would suggest, go slow.
Right.
I'm a huge believer that if you do anything, especially a transition, too quickly, then it's easy for you to become overwhelmed, and that tends to cause people to run away from whatever they're going after. But if you really want to do something, if you really want to make a change, do it softly, do it slowly, because then the steps involved are kind of bite-sized. You know, they're manageable.
If you go too fast and you don't regulate yourself by small steps, you might go, okay, this is not what I thought it would be.
Right. And then each problem that you encounter either at least seems bigger, and it might be bigger. I mean, when I first jumped into this van, it just had like a couch and a bookshelf and my trunk, my little foot locker, and I just hit the road. You know, I didn't have a fridge, I didn't have a stove, I didn't, what ended up happening is I spent a lot of money on food.
Right.
So much more money on food than I do now, just because I didn't have any way to cook for myself, and I didn't have anywhere to store food safely. And so because I was just so deliberately determined to get the thing done and have the transition made, I think I kind of cost myself a lot of exactly. So if you go slow, step by step, then you will see one piece at a time, one problem at a time, one puzzle at a time for you to solve, as opposed to suddenly being overwhelmed by all of the differences that you don't know how to handle
and ruin your trip.
Exactly. Or at least prolong the strain before you get that relief at the end of the tunnel.
I'm gonna ask you one little thing to cut it off. If you want, you can plug your site, your company name. And if you want, you can also give a little trick to our audience.
Sure. This is here. I'll give you my little business card here. I'll give it to this. Is it my frame?
Got it. Yes.
All right. That's the Wine King. It's my little business card. Usually I'd be like, pick a card. Or take my card. Right? Okay. A little trick here. I'll see if I can get the perspective right here. You ready?
That was
the Wine King.
Thank
you. Please.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do have a YouTube channel. It's not for magic though. It's just some random little first-person video of my life. It's called The True Newman Show.
You can down below the screen here.
Yeah, the True Newman Show.
There you go.
I hope my frame is big enough. I don't know. It's like that Quentin Tarantino. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye. SoHoNoMaD.